And so it's a caretaker to the caretaker tonight. Not the first time that Kevin Blackwell has had control on a match day. Once when he was at Sheffield United, Neil Warnock went to personally check out a player. Blackwell was in charge for a league draw against Fulham. Leeds tonight could find themselves overcome by a player still on their payroll. Such is the extent of Leeds' financial mess that they're still paying part of Robbie Fowler's salary. And here's a man who is desperate for a goal. Manchester City are a team desperate for a win. They're only 1 point worse off than they were at this stage of last season. But their recent run of results has had the suggestion of crisis in the air. A rumour they're keen to dispel here tonight. Sean Wright-Phillips, and that ball was aimed for, has been the one glimmer of hope recently. Was by Michael Dewberry. This is Richard Dunn, who's also been given praise by Kevin Keegan for his defensive contribution in recent matches. Sylvain Distin. And David Seaman's last game against Leeds United cost Arsenal the title, that surprise defeat at the back end of last season in May. Jermaine Pennant. Victory for Leeds tonight will move them out of the bottom 3 for the first time since the end of October. Here's Sun Ji-hai. Now Joey Barton. Trying to play it around the back of Hart, who lost concentration, and Wright-Phillips gets in. Almost set up the opportunity for Nicholas Anelka. Ian Hart had switched off then, and that allowed Wright-Phillips to escape.
Well, I don't think he knew that Wright-Phillips was directly behind him here, Rob, and as you said, he did switch off. All it needed was a better ball into Anelka's feet, and surely City would have been 1 up.
It's Steve McManaman with a corner, and it's met by Alan Smith.
Well, this big crowd here tonight, you listening to the fans outside, what they want, I think, is to see a little bit more effort off their heroes, a little bit more desire, and that's a decent start from the home side.
Stands throw. And with the sort of form that Sean Wright-Phillips is in at the moment, the last thing that Leeds need to do is give him an invitation to cross. Stands throw, met by Alan Smith. Now Viduka, nominally the lone striker, but normally getting plenty of support from Pennant and Milner on the flanks.
Well, he's the type of player playing up on his own when it comes to him, and he had a couple of players surrounding him there. He's big enough and strong enough to hold it and allow those players to support.
Here's Fowler. Clearance by Dunn. Now Pennant. This is David Batty. Gary Kelly. Well, since Eddie Gray took charge, Leeds really have gone back to the familiarity formula. Back 4 have been at the club for a while now. Michael Dewberry, the most recent acquisition, and that was over 4 years ago. Gary Kelly at right back, the longest servant, over 12 years. And ahead of them, they've got players who've grown up with the club or are growing up with the club, the likes of Batty and Smith and Milner. On by Viduka. He has to be careful with Milner just behind.
I think that certainly helps that we were talking about the likes of Gary Kelly, and he's only missed 1 game this year. They certainly have got an allegiance to the club. They know what it would mean to the fans in Yorkshire if this side did go down, and you know, they've responded to the credit.
Here's Batty. Ian Hart. Beyond Milner. Tennant. Well, Sunjihai had his arms all around Mark Viduka, and having hauled him down, it's a free kick.
Not seen Leeds in this kit so far this season. Dazzling.
Can Milner produce anything dazzling from the free kick? He's bent it in there, and it was an invitation for Viduka that normally you would have expected him to take gratefully.
Well, that slack marking from City, no doubt about it. It takes a while to come in, and he's drifted in behind David Samay. Whether Samay was the man picking him up originally, but he certainly wasn't at the end. I don't think it was, and he followed into that 6-yard box for Viduka. Completely unmarked, and really should have made more of it. I think he took his eye off the ball.
Well, the way the rumour mill is spinning at the moment, every time Mark Viduka pulls on a Leeds shirt, Leeds fans are wondering if it'll be his last game for them. And Sir Alec Ferguson, one of his reported admirers, in the crowd watching tonight. Here's McManaman. And he's found Wright Phillips. Away by Batty, but not too far. Broke away though from Barton, allowing Batty to get back in there. This is Sean Wright Phillips. Sunjihai. Now Rayner. Fowler to Barton. Distan. Now Samay. Richard Dunn. To Sunjihai. Samay. Anelka. Barton just finding the gap. And now finding Nicholas Anelka. Oh, he's back inside Matteo brilliantly. It's McManaman!
That's a good opportunity. It sums up really the way that Nicholas Anelka likes to play. You see him coming deep, loves to turn and take players on. When with his pace you would expect him to be threatening the back of players more, but sets up McManaman from a good, decent angle. Gets the shot wrong. I think he just comes off his toe and goes quite a distance wide. He's got to come inside McManaman quite a bit this match because they are outnumbered in the middle of midfield. City can't afford to stay out on that flank.
Here's Alan Smith. He's won the corner out of Distan. Michael Dewberry and Matteo, who both scored against Fulham last week, forward for the corner. It's Hart's delivery. It's too far in front of Matteo. Now Milner. Dunn tries to get it away and succeeds. On by Anelka, but that's Milner. Dunn piling in. On by Rayner. Now Anelka, the furthest City player forward, and he carried it right into the path of Lucas Radebe. A great touch and control from Steve McManaman. Barton. Now Distan. McManaman again. Distan followed every step by Kelly.
I must say, McManaman looks a little happier out on that left, where he hasn't got the weight of responsibility in the middle of midfield, where he's got to track men, do his job. He can drift inside and often pick up the ball and marks and do his stuff. Could be a vital player for City tonight.
Here he is again, Steve McManaman. Joey Barton. Sunji High just trying to steer it through to Wright Phillips, but it's broken up by Milner. Here's Sunji High. Now done. This is Somme. McManaman. Fowler. Done. Sean Wright Phillips is away from Milner. Milner just got a touch. Phillips just unsuccessful in keeping it in. Matteo. Now Batty. Here's Kelly. Batty again. Smith. McManaman. He was well tracked by Smith, but McManaman here with the throw-in. Fowler. Batty in solidly.
Well, they are going to be very hard to break down. Leeds, the back four, maintain the shape. They don't push up, no hurry to push on. They're aware of Nicholas and Alca's pace, and Leeds have got a five-man midfield strung across, and each one works very hard. It'll be a tough job to thread a way through there.
It's a system that's worked well for them. The breakthrough was the victory they achieved at Charlton, thanks to James Milner's goal. And Leeds unbeaten since then. Here's Somme. Now Sunji High. Aim for Fowler. He went down a little too readily. Somme. On by Sunji High. Reina with a little flick. It's a good ball from Sean Wright Phillips. Sunji High has four in the middle and support here from Claudio Reina. It's away by Radovic. Leeds getting the sort of examination that I'm sure they would have expected.
City getting into good positions down those flanks, putting the ball into the box more than once. Hasn't been quite right yet. That's the challenge by Dubry. Dubry's just stood his ground, and Fowler's lost his balance more than anything as he's taken it into his chest.
So far, Kevin Keegan, I'm sure, has seen the sort of response from his players that he wanted. Critical of their level of commitment early on in the defeat at Old Trafford. But he's said tonight that he does intend, despite all the speculation, to see his contract through, that has 2 more seasons to run beyond this one. Broken up here by Pennant. McManaman. Sean Wright Phillips. Hart came in with a challenge, and it's away by Dubry. Batty. Here's Distan. McManaman, Robbie Fowler. Now to be stuck to his guns. Challenge that the City faithful like to see there from Joey Barton. They appreciated that level of commitment.
Yeah, you can hear them, can't you, crying out for that kind of stuff. And the least you'd expect is the level of commitment we've seen so far, and you'll certainly get it off Leeds. I think that's what Kevin Keegan would have emphasised beforehand. The win for a fight tonight. We've got to match them for that and let the quality come through.
Here's McManaman. Sunji High. Clearance by Lucas Radaby. Now Sane. Nice touch from Anelka. Sane. Needed somebody like Robbie Fowler in that situation to make the most of it.
Well, it's on Same's left foot, but it was a neat 1-2 with Nicholas Anelka. Dominic Matteo makes a decent challenge just at the death.
Sane scored twice in the first 3 games of this season. His last goal was here against Portsmouth back in August. The only gloved figure in the Manchester City ranks on another cold night in Manchester. Here's Sean Wright-Phillips. Found the gap for Anelka. Fowler! Well, they're getting great joy with the service from the right-hand side, Manchester City. Viduka. Well, if they keep putting in searching balls like this, then surely the goal has to come.
Well, those are the passes from which a fully fit Robbie Fowler, who's scoring goals week in, week out. He would have got ahead of his marker there, I've no doubt about it. He made great strides to try and do it, but he was just half a yard short as that ball came in. A bit too hot for Anelka. It's one of those rugby ones, isn't it? Backing it off.
Can't believe he's too warm on a night like this, where we have seen a flurry of snow pre-kickoff. Nothing too serious.
I know it's cold, but 3 tops is going a bit far, I think.
Pennant. Now McManaman. Here's Distan. Concentrating on Leeds striker Mark Viduka, who scored when Leeds beat Manchester City on the opening day of last season. 3-0 the score then. Nicky Barmby and Robbie Keane got the others. Different match, different setting, and it's Manchester City who had the edge so far.
Well, it has been all City, and looking at that man Mark Viduka, he's had very few quality balls in which he can hold and get support. They haven't got going to now Leeds, apart from a couple of dangerous crosses into the City box when they have looked dangerous.
Here's Radaby. Sane. Now done. This is Rayner. Distan. McManaman. Done by Barton to Anelka. Kevin Blackwell. Brought in by Peter Reid last summer. An innovative coach, well praised by lots of other managers, particularly for his set-piece routines. So worked on particularly during his time alongside Neil Warnock. Well, Milner's persistence has paid off there. He's taken it away from Richard Dunn. Viduka to Smith. And he couldn't really catch it cleanly then.
Well, that was a bit better the first time they got 3-4 men up front. Through James Milner's persistence up that left-hand side. Kevin Blackwell will know that his team haven't started particularly well in terms of passing the ball, keeping it, making City work, which the home side are doing to Leeds at the moment.
Here's Viduka. Well done, won the ball fairly and squarely, and Barton has now pushed it on to Wright Phillips. Done again. Somme. Barton. This is Rayner. McManaman.
It's going to be a night for patience for the home side, and I think Leeds sense that if they can frustrate them, and now they're in a rut, struggling to score goals, and the crowd, as the game goes on, will get more and more impatient if a goal doesn't come, and that'll make Leeds' cause a little bit easier, and they can start playing then.
It's the 1st of November since Manchester City last won. Robbie Fowler on the score sheet that day at Southampton. Somme temporarily holding up Mark Viduka. Here's Viduka. Just down behind Somme covering. That's done. Just misjudged that by Gary Kelly. This is Fowler. McManaman's pressed ahead to his left. Steve McManaman. Fowler. Well, Fowler, a man short on confidence at the moment.
It's fizzling out, isn't it, when the ball's played in? But keep looking at Nicholas Anelka when they are making their moves. City continually wants to come short for the ball. And as a Leeds defender, if you're Michael Dewberry, Lucas Radaby, you take that all day. You see him 30 yards back off you, and your job's done. You haven't got to worry about it. This is more like it for Anelka running across the back line.
Here's Anelka. Sunjihai. McManaman. And he came in with the challenge. Smith has picked out Milner, and Sunjihai is desperately trying to get back into position. Dunn for now has come across to cover. Somme in trouble. It's Viduka. Goal! It's an absolute calamity for Manchester City. Somme presented him with an open invitation, and he wasn't about to turn that one down.
Well, that expression says it all. Schoolboy error. And that's an insult on a schoolboy at times, because it's come to him. He's got plenty of time to clear this ball. Leeds on the break. Good ball out from Alan Smith to open up the play. He looked like James Milner here and made a mess of it. His ball wasn't right, but look at Somme. He's looking to his keeper, doesn't know what to do with it. In the end, he does nothing, and you don't expect Mark Viduka, in the form he's in, to turn up that kind of chance. Gets it all wrong, Somme. He knows that. Really put his side under pressure, and a goal down.
Well, the previous 3 games in which Mark Viduka has scored, Leeds haven't lost. Could that be a good omen for them? Certainly a Christmas gift out of David Somme that Mark Viduka could hardly have expected.
Well, it's the job of a striker to half expect those kind of things, to be there if it happens, and Viduka he was very quick to pounce.
Well, Eddie Gray at his daughter's wedding supposedly isn't watching, but I bet if he's up on his feet doing his speech now, someone's just passed him a note to to give him the good news.
Maybe getting a text message, no doubt. I don't think Kevin Blackwell saw that one coming, I must say. I don't think Viduka did, but Samay just seemed in two minds as the ball came into him. Got his feet in a tangle. That's just what City didn't want, isn't it, really? For 24, 25 minutes, they've dominated this game. Possession-wise. We talked about the influence of the crowd, how it can help, how it can hinder, and it's a tough one now for City. They need big characters to respond to it. Players that aren't going to shy away from taking possession and taking responsibility. A long way to go, but it's not going to be easy with the way Leeds are set up.
Barton. Now Sunjihai. Back from Ian Hart, who got away with an early mistake in this game. That's the fine line the professionals tread, as Kevin Keegan reflects now, because David Sonne not so fortunate with his error.
There's nothing you can do about that as a manager, is there? You're trying all week on certain aspects of your play. Mostly, I'm sure, he's attacking formations and trying to end this record of a couple of goals in 7 games, but just don't expect that from somebody so experienced.
The 29-year-old French B international who celebrates a year here next month since he came from Bordeaux, somehow has got to try and get that error out of his head. Easier said than done. Milner, Smith. Now Hart. Radaby. Way by Dunn. This is Smith. Now Milner. Batty. Jermaine Tennant. Here's McManaman. Now Anelka. McManaman. Sunjihai. Reina. Anelka. And looking for it, but gives it away to Batty. Viduka. And gets it ahead of James Milner. They're trying to play their way out of trouble, but it's too much on it.
Sense the nervousness about City now, can't you? It's gone right round the ground, and when these defenders take the ball into feet, they're wary of making a mistake.
Here's McManaman. To stand. Overrun by the Manchester City captain.
Well, here's the goal and here's the mistake. James Milner had played the ball in, looked like he conceded possession, but you can see Samay gets his feet in all sorts of a tangle. From that moment on, Viduka had the relatively easy job of just knocking it to the side of David Seaman, who was grasping at thin air. He had to commit himself. He was exposed. Another goal for Viduka.
Good way to mark his 150th appearance for Leeds. The only attempt he's managed so far, and he scored from it. Will that help to ensure that he's playing his club football in Manchester? from January, I wonder?
I think Man City are going to buy him. They need a striker at the moment.
Well, United have been linked, Inter have been linked, but it could all be rumours perpetrated by agents, who knows? Reina. Batty. Here's Pennant. It's Distan. Now Dunn. And even Sean Wright-Phillips sees his Midas touch desert him for now. Anelka to Reina. Now Distan. Offside against Anelka, which will only add to the frustration around this impressive City of Manchester stadium.
Well, when they do win possession, I think they need to try and break as quickly as they can. Anelka half a yard offside, but the likes of Sean Wright-Phillips have got a big role to play if they can get it wide and break quickly. Phillips is in good form. Supplied a service to Robbie Fowler. Anelka, he had that half a chance, didn't he, Fowler, when he broke across the box, and Michael Dewberry just got there first. Those are the areas they want to get the ball in from and serve the forwards. Straight through the middle, it's having no bearing, no effect at all. Dewberry got to be very comfortable indeed.
Fowler ends his recent dry run of goals. You'll see it on player cam. Just press the red button on your remote. 1 goal in his last 17 Premiership appearances. Hardly the sort of return you expect from a £3 million striker. And £3 million was what Manchester City got him for in view of Leeds' financial problems. Actually played for Leeds in this fixture shortly before moving across the Pennines, and was cheered by the City fans when he came on as a substitute.
Well, I played in the team that's in the Arsenal team when Robbie Fowler got the quickest ever Premiership hat-trick, 4.5 minutes I think it was, at Anfield, and he was a teenager then, and I thought, wow, what a talent he is, and he still is that talent. He just needs bringing out if only he can. I don't think there's been any lack of effort on his part on the training ground. You hear he's there after the lads have gone in and having the lunch. He's still out there trying to get the old magic back. Certainly one of the best finishes I've ever seen.
Kelly. David Seaman beaten by Mark Viduka again, as he was in that 3-2 loss to Leeds back in May that cost Arsenal the title. Smith. Here's Dunn. Headed back by Ian Hart. Sure, you'll need some football distractions over the busy festive period, and we've got plenty to offer you. Boxing Day, midday, we're watching Chelsea in action at Charlton. It's live on Sky Sports 2. And there's a pay-per-view match too, Premiership Plus. From 2:30, it's Manchester United against Everton. Tune to channel 433 for details of how you can see that one. Smith. Now Sunji High. And here's Joey Barton. Put on by Sean Wright-Phillips.
Well, it's a 50-50 ball, isn't it, that they're playing into the City attackers at the moment. It's a scrap, a battle, and hoping for some knockdowns, for some crumbs, and it's not good enough at the moment to trouble Leeds at all.
Really does seem to have deflated Manchester City, that goal, doesn't it? They were looking quite lively up until the point when Somé gifted Viduka that opener.
Well, they're in the kind of form that they are in, and the level of confidence that they're at. City, it doesn't take much to knock you back down again. Going a goal down after you have dominated, real kick in the teeth.
Anelka. Smith sliding in. Kevin Keegan has diffused talk of discord in the camp and says it is just a question of confidence at the moment. But rediscovering that ingredient is proving difficult. Here's Sun Ji-hai. Now Reina. Played through towards Barton. He seemed to be caught by Radaby. Now Batty. Reina challenging.
Well, they're coming out on top at the moment with these little one-on-one duels. Leeds, they've obviously got the extra man. They've got Alan Smith flitting about, doing a great job to support the old heads like David Batty, who's really enjoying his football at the moment, isn't he? I think he thought his time was gone at Ellen Road under David O'Leary, under Terry Venables, but he'll lease a life.
Turned 35 this month, David Batty, and having been brought out of cold storage, he's having a big part to play in this Leeds revival. Fowler. Back to Somé. Here's Distan. Joey Barton dwelt on it and allowed Smith to get a toe to that, which puts City under a bit of pressure. Here's Sean Wright-Phillips. Support from Sun Ji-hai, although offensive battle to get there. Milner was quickly across.
Sean Wright-Phillips had his man to the right. Sun Ji-hai made the ground, got it wrong in the end. Sun Ji-hai did well here to make up the ground and force a reaction from Milner.
It was a sort of ball that was working so well for them in the opening exchanges. But nothing now going right for Manchester City. Viduka. Smith. Pennant. And again. Viduka, beautiful. Jermaine Pennant. Shows too much of it to done.
Well, he had a great chance there to get a shot in at goal. First time he's come into the game, Jermaine Pennant. Chose not to, didn't feel comfortable on his left.
Kelly. Alan Smith. Now Batty. Lovely build-up with Viduka and Pennant.
First time really he's made good use of the ball and getting a good little back heel off Mark Viduka. Had a chance just to knock it left and have a crack with his left foot. Crowded out in the end. Leeds do play with a lot of width though, with Pennant and James Milner in the side.
Reina. Sun Ji-hai. Now McManaman. Sean Wright-Phillips. Got a deflection off Ian Hart.
Well, both Steve McManaman and Robbie Fowler had pulled back to the penalty area. They were demanding it, they were in space.
Fowler is the choice to take the corner. disappointing service. Here's Fowler. And by Barton. This is Sean Wright-Phillips. Now done. Beaten to it by Dewberry. This is Rayner. Wright-Phillips. Joey Barton. Sean Wright-Phillips. Sunji Hai's cross. Matteo doesn't really clear.
Well, the ball wasn't a particularly good one, but they had 4 men in the penalty area, Manchester City, but none of them made a near-post dash to help out the crosser, Sunji Hai.
This is Rayner. That's Sean Wright-Phillips. Quality of the crossing from this side has declined markedly in recent times, but Anelka here provides, and Rayner forces a wonderful save out of Robinson.
Well, it really was a fantastic stop, wasn't it? And the first time that Nicholas Anelka has got down the side of this Leeds defence.
Now Kelly taking a chance against Barton and having to recover by giving away the throw, although in truth he found himself isolated there. Wasn't too much on for Gary Kelly. McManaman. City had started to suggest they were picking up the threads then. Here's Somme. Now done. This is the best spell they've had, City, since they went a goal down. Sunji Hai. Here's Anelka. Fowler couldn't quite drag it through. Anelka!
Well, that's a couple of chances they've been able to fashion. You have to think during this spell they've really got to take one of them. This was the chance, and we're not sure if Paul Robinson actually was the man to get the clearance. This is the second chance when Anelka nicks it off David Batty. This is the one, though, when a good ball in from Phillips. He's definitely onside, well onside, and he looks up, picks out Rayner, who doesn't do much wrong, but Dewberry on the line, helping out his goalkeeper. Fantastic clearance by him.
Good last-ditch saving intervention from the Leeds defender. Well, the flag stays down for Sean Wright-Phillips, but he can't keep it in.
Well, he won't want half-time to come. City's best spell. Last couple of minutes, but he will be concerned that they haven't taken one of those chances.
Whose effort forced that fine stop on the line by Dewberry. Kelly. Away by Distan. Batty sliding in to win it back. Pennant. Viduka. Away by Somme. Here's Wright-Phillips. Rayner. Here's Sunji Hai. Fowler. Barton. It's Sunji Hai who's got forward. Found himself crowded out. They're appealing for hands against Dominic Matteo as Milner clears.
Well, it's really good movement from City, the best that they've shown so far.
But Rayner wanted too much time then, and Viduka, despite the warnings from the crowd, came back and took it away from him. But he's blocked off by Dunn. Good defending by Richard Dunn. McManaman. Distan. Anelka. Now Wright Phillips. Hart came in with the tackle.
Every time City try and dwell in possession, there's the Leeds man biting in the tackle, but when they have passed it fluently, as we saw there with the Sun Ji High half chance, it gets some encouragement.
Here's Fowler. There'll be one additional minute in the first half. No foul on Fowler by Dewberry in the referee's view. This is Pennant. Now Smith. Kelly. Some. Hart. Matteo. High. Well, an excellent start and finish to the half of Manchester City, but in between an absolute moment of horror for David Somme, the French defender, whose personal moment of difficulty ended in glee for Marc Viduka, who made the most of the defender's mistake to slot it home for Leeds, who defended quite well, particularly with the last-ditch defending at the end from Michael Dewberry, who stopped Claudio Reyna from equalising. And at half-time, it's Manchester City 0, Leeds 1. Well, January promises to be an anxious month for Leeds United. They have until just after the middle of that month to find a buyer or reach an agreement with their creditors. They're currently £82 million in debt, but it's also when the transfer window reopens and when the likes of their crown jewels at the moment of Marc Viduka and Alan Smith could be up for grabs. And of course Arsenal, one of the clubs linked with Mr. Smith, although surely there can only ever have been one Alan Smith in the history of Highbury.
Well, Arsenal certainly need a striker, I think, in the same way as Manchester United do, to support Henry, to support Van Nistelrooy. But Arsene Wenger said the other day, I don't think there's going to be too much money available, and that man would cost a few quid. No doubt about it. He's had a good 45 minutes in the first half, got through plenty of work, got in a couple of telling tackles. His attitude is always spot on. And it's a half for brave souls in the City side. They've got to be brave, got to be strong. Keep up the tempo, I think. When they have played some one-touch, quick football, they've sliced through Leeds, and it's just been the final ball that's let them down. They had a couple of chances, the Claudio Reyna one being the best. Got to keep going.
Kept in by Milner. There's Batty. Ian Hart. Sun Ji High. Interested spectator back here after his loan spell with Norwich, Darren Huckabee, although he could be about to make the move to Carrow Road permanent. West Brom among the other clubs interested. Leeds only won on one of their last 7 visits to City's old ground of Main Road, but at the moment it looks like being a better start for them to life at the City of Manchester Stadium. Well, the atmosphere was a little haunted after Viduka's opener. They managed to pick it up again towards the close of the half, City. And it's that phase of play that Kevin Keegan hopes his team can build on here. Here's Samay, whose mistake cost City that opener.
Well, it is harder in front of your own fans, and I think there's any doubt about that when you're going through a very bad run and confidence is low, spirits are low. And in front of your own fans, you've got to be a little bit brave, and it takes a special kind of character to get yourself out of the rut. And you look across the City side and you're looking for leaders. I'm not sure they've got too many in the 11 out there.
Who curls it in, met by Michael Dewberry's head. Cleared by Batty. And Dunn turns on it.
Plenty of bodies in the box there, City, and it's a question of scrapping for those knockdowns, and it took a while to come. Shot nowhere near.
They've lost their last 2 games here, Manchester City. Leicester and Middlesbrough the visitors to win. The 3rd defeat would be their worst run at home since 4 successive losses at Main Road when they were relegated from the Premiership under Joe Royle. David Seaman, once an apprentice at Leeds United, never made an appearance for them, but tonight is making his 950th appearance in the club game. Sean Wright-Phillips.
He just knocked the ball ahead, and it was David Batty who was hanging a leg out as he moved past. Definite foul.
Two great friends, Fowler and McManaman. Can that bond of friendship here conjure something to really give Paul Robinson a test? Sean Wright-Phillips has joined in the deliberations. Fowler deflected. And Robinson ensures that they won't even get a corner. Kelly stung by that.
Well, that would have hurt, because Robbie Fowler caught hold of this. Gary Kelly doing his job. That kind of angle, that free kick where it was really on to put it across the area. It was a little bit too straight. And another shot from Robbie Fowler. We know what that left foot can do.
Fowler, a former teammate of Gary Kelly, although his time at Ellen Road was blighted by injuries. Just 14 goals in his 14 months there. Sunji High, now Fowler. Matteo, former Liverpool colleague of Fowler. Dunn. McManaman. Back by Dewberry. City there looking to force the sort of error that allowed Leeds their break into the game in the first half.
Well, exactly. Dewberry didn't hesitate. He pushed quite a firm ball back, but Robinson dealt with it well enough, took no chances.
Here's Sunji High. Well, Sunji High had done well in the first place to rescue what seemed an unpromising situation, but then completely misread Wright-Phillips' run.
Yeah, he just didn't look up. You can see Sean Wright-Phillips, he's gone to go and then he's held back. Just needs a shout, really. He's in plenty enough room to receive the ball into feet. That's what happens when things are going against.
Smith, Batty, Distan steps in. Now Fowler. Makes room for himself well. Sean Wright-Phillips in plenty of space. And Sunji High supporting to his right. Matteo's across though.
That's good play by Dominic Matteo. As I said to half, he's going to see the danger in those kind of positions and doing a great job in midfield. Important interception. Sunji High made a good run.
Nelka bidding to get there, but it flicked off Dewberry's head.
Well, they're going to want to stop those crosses coming in. Leeds, Radaby and Dewberry having an argument. Did his job well in the end, Dewberry.
Fowler's corner. The last one we saw him taking the first half was too short. That one too long.
He's trying to get out of the stadium, Richard.
I thought he was off to beat the crowd then. Wright-Phillips. Now Hassan Jihai. Reina. Barton. Flicked away by Matteo. This is Wright Phillips. It's a good ball. Dewberry away, only to McManaman. Distan. Cleared by Matteo. Barton. Deflected by Batty. McManaman. Distan. And Smith gets it away.
Well, it's a good opening spell for the second half for Manchester City, and the kind of response that Kevin Keegan would have been asking for as he sent his players out.
Sane goes for the throw-in. Viduka away to Pennant, who's unable to bring it under control.
He hasn't been able to get into the game, has he, Jermaine Pennant? Had that 1-1-2 with Viduka, but precious little since.
Joey Barton. Sean Wright Phillips. Done. Here's Reina. Fowler. Claudio Reina has worked the gap. Anelka onside. Fowler bidding to get there and unable to.
Well, I think he made the wrong decision, Nicholas Anelka, in trying to lay that ball back to his strike partner.
But here's McManaman. Anelka. Oh, dances his way through. Reina. And here's Sean Wright Phillips. Fowler.
Oh, the ball just wouldn't sit down before that. The crowd gave Steve McManaman a bit of stick for not trying to shot, but just wouldn't sit down. This was the moment where I think he's miscontrolled it perhaps more than anything. I don't know if that was an intentional layback to Robbie Fowler from Anelka, but he was on his mettle there. One touch and a shot. Great chance.
I think one or two City fans have felt with the last couple of moves that City have almost been trying to score too perfect a goal.
Well, even when it doesn't appear to be sitting down perfectly, sometimes just worth a swing of the leg. Might go high, wide and handsome. Anything's worth a try in this situation.
Barton. Hart meeting the challenge of Wright Phillips, and then an awkward landing, was it, or did he pull something?
I think he's got a knock on the shin or the calf.
And the medical attention is not exactly arriving quickly enough, but well, they could be there now.
They can get on with the game. Liam Hart's not on the pitch. And a clash with Sean Wright Phillips. He's just landed on his foot.
Oh, Robinson missed that. Well, the Leeds players are saying that the goalkeeper didn't get a touch, which was my initial impression, but the referee clearly felt that he had, and he gave the corner, from which McManaman now finds Joey Barton. And it's opened up for him. Barton off the post! And here's Fowler. And Robinson glad to get that after his goal frame is still vibrating from that last effort.
Well, there would have been some controversy there if that had gone in when the Leeds players didn't think it was a corner, but how close can you get and how unlucky can you get? Fantastic strike from Joey Barton when the ball's played out to him. Does well to fashion a little bit of room past David Batty. That's the near perfect strike. Robinson beaten all ends up. The fact it didn't even come out to a City attacker cannoning across the face of goal. Can't believe it.
That's the way his luck's going at the moment. Is it about to change? Anelka, right Phillips. It's long, but it's chased by Rayner. Ian Hart, who's been off through all of this pressure, is now back on. Leeds reinforced by his return. Dunn. Now Sane. On by Fowler, lovely touch. Anelka! And away by Dewberry.
We spoke about the period just before half-time when City carved a few chances and were really on the up, and the need to take one of those chances, and this is another of those periods.
McManaman. Sane. Sane has done well to retrieve it there for Sunji Hai. Great persistence from Milner. He sticks doggedly to his task. Good pressure from Dunn and Sunji Hai. And now Sane. It's been a noticeable pickup in Manchester City since the second half began.
I think Leeds would have expected this. They expected a tub-thumping half-time session from Kevin Keegan for his players to come out and really put the visitors under pressure. And for them, it's a matter of just riding the storm. A bit of luck, no doubt about it, Leeds.
Here's Sylvain Distin.
Well, Graham Barber obviously thinks that ball was already out when Distin tried to cross it. Very close call. He's in a good position to judge, though, Graham Barber.
Well, maybe that's an instance of these things evening themselves out in a very short space of time.
See him diving in, and it didn't look out, did it? I must say. It really didn't.
Here's Smith. Pennant knew from the minute that ball was delivered, he didn't really stand a chance of getting there. On by Anelka. Radaby was under pressure, right Phillips, overhits it for Fowler.
It's a very difficult ball that Wright Phillips tried there. The weight had to be perfect to allow Robbie Fowler to get onto this one. Needed holding on to. They're in a good position, City. Anelka making strides to join.
Well, Kevin Keegan happier with what he's seen from his team now. The foot was high then, no doubt about it. But of course, they did have a good spell in the first half before Leeds scored. Right, Phillips on Milner. And Leeds again have done a containing job on Manchester City so far. Post got them out of trouble with Barton's effort, but Viduka's goal still separates the teams. Here's Milner. Makes room for the cross well. Dewberry was there waiting, and it's away by Distin. Back in from Smith. Dunn meets it. Sunji Hai watches it away, gets it away.
Panic going through the City defence there. Leeds part on the pressure. It was an Alan Smith header that caused all sorts of problems back into the danger area. This is what Leeds wanted. wanted there, get the ball up the other end, take the pressure off and just let the heat out of the situation.
Here's the Duca. Juggled with it magnificently, and he's got a corner out of it.
Well, he's done really well to win the corner, surrounded by 3 blue shirts, but lovely close control in a tight space, using his body, using his great feet to eventually force that corner.
Pennant's kick. Hart ran it out, but Leeds have the throw. Pennant given an unenviable task to try and keep that in. Here's Wright Phillips. Barton. McManaman. Claudio Reyna. This is Barton. Sunji High. Anelka. Great challenge from Matteo. This is Batty. They've got a good defensive screen in Batty and Matteo have Leeds. But they're going to need all their defensive resources on the evidence of what we've seen so far in this second half. McManaman, Reyna. Fowler finding some room. Anelka picks up the pieces. And deflected on its way through, it's a corner.
Well, full marks to City for persistence. All weight of pressure forcing the corner. Another chance to get a good ball into the penalty area.
Fowler's kick, met by Ian Hart. Fowler just screening it from Hart for a retake. McManaman. Richard Dunn. There's a danger then that Smith would get in Robinson's way.
They just needed somebody to get in front of the keeper here. As Dunn's sizing up to head it goalwards. Nobody could do it.
Well, the pressure keeps coming back at Leeds in waves, but just look how dominant Manchester City have been since the break.
Yeah, well, again, it's converting that possession.
Reyna's strike! Narrowly wide.
Well, they're going to have to wonder what they've got to do to get this equaliser. Again, come very close. A little bit of luck that leads to this shot by Reyna. Whether if that was on target, Paul Robinson would have got a hand to it. I think he might have. Another near miss.
Well, Claudio Reyna was on the mark when Manchester City put 6 past Bolton in their last home win, but they haven't scored in the Premiership here since. And as you say, Alan, they're wondering exactly what they have to do to break down this Leeds defence. Because from 10 attempts, they still haven't managed to beat Robinson, or at least score a goal past him. They've had 4 on target, one of which did beat Robinson, of course, but was cleared off the line by Dewberry.
Look at the Leeds stat there. 1 attempt on target and 1 goal. But it's, from City's point of view, it's composure in front of goal. There's a tendency, a natural tendency to snatch at chances, but they've got a couple of good strikes, haven't they? Joey Barton, Claudio Reyna. Nothing wrong with those attempts on goal. Just a couple of inches the wrong side of the post.
Here's Sun Jihai. Now Wright Phillips. And Sun Jihai, if he can pull it back. Anelka!
Thought he could have made more of that. Rob Nicholas Anelka. In a good position to climb and get the neck muscles behind it. Sun Jihai again on the overlap and perfectly timed pass by Wright Phillips. Just thought he could have done better. Saw the ball coming, didn't move his feet as quickly as he might have, Anelka, to get into a better position. How many of those he's going to have to look at before one of them goes in, I wonder.
Well, ironically for Kevin Keegan, the best chances manufactured by City have been from players other than the strikers. And it does look as though Paolo Wanchop and Jonathan Macken are set to come on, so I wonder if it'll be a straightforward change of strike force. Here's Reyna. Now Somé. Sylvain Distin. Reyna. Barton. Here's Sun Jihai. Here's Robbie Fowler.
It's been that kind of night, hasn't it? Just won't come for him. Had a couple of opportunities to pull the trigger with that left foot of his, and it's not worked, and that's going to be the last chance of the match for Robbie Fowler.
So it isn't going to happen for him tonight. Robbie Fowler goes off to be replaced by Paolo Wanchop, who, like Fowler, scored in City's last win at Southampton. Fowler's big mate Steve McManaman is also off. Macken is on. And Joey Barton is a surprise choice to come off. And Antoine Sibierski's coming on his place, and the City fans don't like that.
No, well, I'm surprised about that. Joey Barton's done well. He's worked hard and made plenty of challenges. Kevin Keegan just consoling his young midfielder.
So the three Scousers off. And Wanchop, Macken, Sibierski sent on now by Kevin Keegan to try and change the course of the game. They've got 20 minutes left in which to do it.
Well, you can't knock Kevin Keegan for not trying. He's thrown all his jokers to hand in there, and he's got a three-pronged attack. Nicholas Anelka will start from the left. John Macken in the middle, Wanchop on the right.
Here's Dunn. And possibly the surprise for the City fans is that Anelka somehow managed to survive that cull. Here's Sibierski. Now Batty taking a risk, facing his own goal. Lucas Radovi's down.
Well, he looks in a bit of pain there, doesn't he? Lucas Radovi, ball played in, and he's just edged in front of Wanchop, but if something's gone, muscle injury, didn't look like a knock. Kick up the backside. I don't think he's feigning injury, that's for certain. Lucas Radovi, one of the bravest players around. Plays week in, week out, doesn't he, with dodgy knees. Plenty of problems over the years.
Oh, something went. He's had such a bad time over the last year and a half with injuries. Lucas Radovi.
Yeah, he's not going to make it, is he? Well, if he seemed to collapse under his left leg.
His legs seem to give way. Kevin Blackwell does have a replacement central defender in young Matthew Kilgallen.
I just wonder if he'll bring Dominic Matteo back in there, the experience, and just put another body in midfield. I would be surprised if we saw a youngster like Kilgallen on there at a time when City are really testing this Leeds defence, but this isn't something that you want to see, is it?
No, it's going to be Stephen McPhail who comes into midfield, so he must be right, and Matteo will slot in at the back. This looks a really bad injury for Lucas Radebe.
He's in a lot of pain as well, isn't he? Sometimes those ones where it's not a challenge on another player, it's not a kick. Sometimes those are the worst, when something just gives way underneath you and you know straight away that it's serious. Well, he's been instrumental in this revival at Leeds, and you know that defence with Radebe. Do agree they formed a partnership that has served them well, but Dominic Matteo is a ready-made replacement.
McPhail, only recently back from a loan spell at Nottingham Forest, has reappeared in the Leeds first team since his return for the draw with Chelsea when David Batty was rested for a game. Here's Sonne. Reina. I understand that Lucas Radebe pulled a hamstring.
Well, that's good news, although it hurts. I thought it was something more serious than that at the time, but he'll be out for a few weeks, but nothing career-threatening, thankfully. Just two heavyweights of the game clashing head-on.
Viduka may have been a little lucky there to win the free kick. Kelly trying to play in Viduka. Sonne sticking to him, and he's taken it too far.
Hasn't had many touches tonight, has he? Viduka, many quality touches, but the one he did have, he was able to put his side in front with.
Here's Reina. Kelly. Pennant. It's short for Smith. Now Anelka. And still. An inevitable chorus of appeals against Barry Kelly.
The City players didn't make too much of it. It was a good test.
Here's Reina. Off by Wanchuk. Again they appeal. This time the City players do appeal. Wanchuk went to the referee. Here's Sun Jihai. Reina. Distan. Now Anelka. And a short cut out by Milner. This is Viduka. Now Batty, aware that Sibierski was closing him down. No foul though by Reina. Wright Phillips to Mackham. Anelka. Wright Phillips away from Milner. Not though from Hart.
Injury to Lucas Radebe has threatened to take the sting out of the game and the wind out of City's sails. They've got to make sure that it doesn't. This was the first penalty appeal when the ball popped up And now I think he's hit Gary Kelly's chest, hasn't it? This was the second one where City players were a little bit more convinced. Again, I think it's off Dewberry's thigh.
Well, the stakes so high that you'd expect City to appeal for everything. Kevin Keegan said this was a game they had to win. And they've got just over 12 minutes plus stoppage time left to try and ensure they do win it. They made a losing start to the Christmas programme last year against Tottenham at Main Road, but they did win their next 3. City have Birmingham away and Liverpool at home to come. Boxing Day and 2 days later. It's Hart's header back. And player cam now focuses on Paulo Wanchope. Sky Digital viewers, just press the red button on your remote. Headed by Dump.
It's a frustrating period for City. I don't think there's any need to push the panic button just yet when you consider before this game they're just a point worse off. Just need to regroup. They're trying to do it in the 12 minutes or so that are remaining in this game if they can. There's no lack of effort.
Here's Sean Wright-Phillips. Runs straight into Ian Hart. Well, a reminder of the Boxing Day fare to come from midday on Sky Sports 2. It's Charlton against Chelsea. And our pay-per-view game on Premiership Plus, Boxing Day from 2:30. Manchester United against Everton, channel 433 for details of how you can watch that one. Here's Distan.
Well, that's when they need quality. They've got in Paulo Wanchope, somebody with a bit more height in the middle now, and he needs to be serviced. He's decent in the air, Wanchope, given a chance.
Fells won the free kick. And another change here for Leeds. They're going to bring on Michael Bridges for the last 10 minutes. And it's Jermaine Pennant who's going to come off.
Well, it's been a quiet night for Pennant. Hasn't been able to get in the game and influence it. Had to do his fair share of defending, but different threat offered from Bridges.
Jermaine Pennant, number 8, Michael Bridges.
I don't think we'll see Bridges play quite as wide as Pennant, tuck inside and help out that midfield.
Macken's onside. Now he just needs support. Wanchope has got in there now, and he's bought them some time by winning the throw.
I think what Bridges has done, he's going to sit in front of Anelka when he pushes up away to that left-hand side and give Gary Kelly some help.
There's Samay, now Sibierski, Rayner, Macken. Just battling to get back there against Bridges, who's chasing the cause. And now chasing back. Macken. Sean Wright-Phillips. Now Smith. Distan. Anelka. Sané. Sunji High's in space to the right. Looking early for Sibierski! A bullet of a header, a reprieve for Manchester City. What a substitution that is!
Well, how many times have we seen these kind of crosses come into the Leeds United penalty area and players get the head on them but make nowhere near the kind of contact that Antoine Sibierski does here. Times his run beautifully and times his header perfectly, as well as the direction. Robinson, no chance. Look at that, how far out he is, just on the penalty area. It requires plenty of direction and pace to beat the keeper from that distance, and he gets exactly that, Sibierski, to drag his side back into this game. It's going to be a nervous last 8 or so minutes now for Leeds United.
Antoine Sibierski's first goal in the Premiership since his debut in the competition at Charlton on the opening day. His first goal in the Premiership here at the City of Manchester Stadium, which has erupted with a goal that could prove a turning point not only in this match, but also in City's season. Here's Paulo Wancha, and he's won the throw. The force is very definitely with Manchester City now. Reina. Away by Smith. Dunn. Now Reina. Wright Phillips. This is Wancha. Sun Jihai. He's won a free kick.
Another good position for City. Amazing what a goal can do, and they'll fancy the chances from here on in.
It's Reina's kick.
That's a poor one. Easy pickings for Robinson. It's been such a rearguard action for Leeds. All of a sudden they've got to try and change the game and push that momentum back that City have been piling on.
They're looking for Wancha with the long ball. Dewberry away. Here's Macken. Defended by Matteo. This is McPhail. More worried expressions now from Kevin Blackwell as they hope and pray that their team can now hang on for a point. It's all about their defensive organisation now. Wright Phillips. Dunn. Reina looking for Paulo Wancha. Control with the arm.
Well, he's frustrated. I think it did catch the upper part of his arm as he's tried to kill this with his chest. Well, it's came off his chest onto his arm. He's unlucky.
Well, one good thing for Manchester City is that their goal difference would see even a point lift them 3 places up the table. But they're in the mood to go on and capture all 3 now. Oh, that's a mistake by Dunn, which almost set Viduka up. And after the first half error by his colleague Samay.
Well, he was at a tight angle, Viduka, and looked up and saw that the shot wasn't really on, tried to turn back and got crowded on out, but won another corner.
Milner's corner, Dewberry's header. And away by Reina.
Well, how important is this? Dewberry, he's completely unmarked as he makes that near post dash. Nobody goes with him.
Space here for Wancha to move into. Macken. Milner getting nowhere near it, and here's Sun Jihai. Milner has stayed down. Reina. He's advanced well here, Claudio Reyna. Sean Wright-Phillips. Always going over.
Well, didn't have too much conviction in that shot, leaning back slightly. Didn't get the pair in it. He was a long way out as well. 25 yards, no trouble at all. Leeds will be desperate to come out of this match with at least a point after the effort they've put in. OK, not too many efforts on goal. Been plenty of graft gone into the performance so far, though. Disciplined rearguard action that, what, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago you wouldn't have got.
Points for Leeds would give them 8 points from 4 games, which is as many as they'd achieved in the previous 13. Well, Leeds have won another corner. Don't write them out of establishing a winning position yet.
Well, that's one man who might fancy himself. They've got this set piece where they all gather just around the penalty area and separate like the Red Arrows.
This is where Kevin Blackwell's routines come into play. Aimed in Viduka's direction.
That's what the goal is for, take the pressure off.
Monchip. Smith dived in. Here's Sané. Reyna. Sibierski. Mackin's cross. Monchip just beaten to it by Gary Kelly.
Oh, what an important header that was. A height advantage going to one chop. You fancied him to attack this ball. He had a run on it, but backtracking Kelly, vital interception.
Could be hope for a winner here for City. It's Reyna's corner. Robinson gets a punch. And then away by Milner.
Anywhere will do.
Tonight's attendance, 47,000.
Robinson, who could have done absolutely nothing at all about the goal.
126. Thanks again for your.
There will be 3 minutes of added time. Anelka. Here's Batty. Now Milner. Can he get away from Dunn? He has. Can James Milner get there? Well, he went down a bit early.
The way he went down, Rob, suggested to me that David Samay clipped his heels, whether it was intentional or not.
Well, now Bridges is going to be booked. But Gary Kelly is carrying the argument with Graham Barber back to the previous incident when James Milner went down and stayed down.
Well, they are furious. They were convinced.
And there's a scuffle going on between Somé and Alan Smith over who has rightful possession of the ball, and Mark Halsey, the fourth official, has come on to separate players from each other.
Well, no real need for this. Alan Smith's incensed. Interesting to see that penalty appeal again. Graham Barber waved it away without hesitation.
Bridges showed a yellow card. Was for the challenge on Distan. It was Milner, of course, who went down in the incident that Leeds were hoping was a penalty. It's Reyna who lifts his free kick in there. Robinson had gone down, and it's just on the roof from Wanchop.
Well, everybody seemed to stop here. If Graham Barber's blown his whistle, actually, the Leeds players have stopped. They've stopped closing down.
I think the referee was unhappy with the fact that Milner was on the pitch, not at his invitation. This was why he went down and stayed down. Clip just outside the box. If anything. Oh, that was dangerous from Batty. And I think we're going to see another card here. We've got a hot-headed finish to this game. Batty booked. And Manchester City here with a free kick from the same side where a cross was put in for Sibierski to score their equaliser. Could it be the same result again on the path to a winning goal? There's plenty of jostling going on in the box. Sibierski will be among those hoping to get on the end of it. Some's in there, causing a disturbance as well. Wanchup, Distan, all joining in the crowd scene. And the referee wants to try and cool it before the kick's taken.
Well, Dominic Matteo is not happy at all with what's gone on in that penalty area. And a few players losing their heads in these final seconds. But City could do with keeping theirs here. Chance for a winner. Sunjai's
kick, away by Alan Smith. It's Claudio Reyna! Great stop!
Another great effort. He's a long way out here, Reyna, but gets good contact on it. Ball swerves as well, forced in a save.
It's Reyna's corner, done up at the back post. It's away by Kelly. Leeds survive for now. How much more will Graham Barber add on? Leeds want to make a change, would you believe, at this stage? Kilgallen is going to come on just to try and frustrate Manchester City a little bit more.
Well, Kevin Keegan's furiously pointing at his watch to the referee. We're in stoppage time, aren't we now? City think they're wasting time, Leeds, but Graham Barber's going to add on a few seconds for this.
Kilgallen coming on for David Batty, the young player who's only just returned from a loan spell at West Ham. And Kilgallen's immediate task is to get in there and defend against the throw-in as City keep on pressing. Graham Barber making the point that he is adding time on for all of this. It's Dunn who hurls it in. Viduka. Wanchup. Well, the crowd up in arms over that challenge from Dewberry. And for the third time in a matter of minutes, Graham Barber is to brandish a yellow card to a Leeds player. This time it's Dewberry, but the bigger cost could be from the free kick.
Well, there's been plenty of challenges in this match, but none so wild as we've seen in the last few minutes. His tempers have flared.
Reyna's delivery, no time to make anything of it. The final whistle's gone. It's a share of the points for Kevin Keegan and Kevin Blackwell. Leeds, who led through Mark Viduka making the most of David Some's mistake. But Antoine Sibierski sent on in a triple substitution by Kevin Keegan, and he got his head to the cross that in the end proved decisive in winning a point for Manchester City. So their winless run is extended to 9, but I would think, Alan, they'll be delighted at the end just to get a point out of it.
I think they will. This City crowd came here demanding some commitment, some desire, and you can't question that from the City players. I think Kevin Keegan will be quite proud of his lads, the way they did claw their way back into this game after really committing a howler to go behind after they dominated. So by no means their most fluid performance. There's certainly more to come from this City side, but it's something to build on. For Leeds, meanwhile, well, they'll take the point, won't they? A battling point, and you come to somewhere like this, and in the predicament they're in, it's a well-earned one, and one that gives them half a chance of going into the new year with a fighting chance of avoiding relegation.
Well, Leeds then extend their unbeaten run to 4, but for Eddie Gray at his daughter's wedding, he'll have been sickened to hear news of that Sibierski equaliser. But as he knows, they had and they held, and in football management it is for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. Manchester City 1, Leeds 1.